Tune in and discover these flavors. Simply relax, close your eyes, and enjoy the sound. Get it into your system. Diamond 88.7 FM. Radio like no other.
The time is 9 o'clock.
Aago mẹ́sàn-án ti lù.
This is me every single time I listen to Diamond FM after a long time away.
Oh my God. 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 Oh my God.
Yeah, that's right. There's just something about how the amazing program and the content, the music blows me away every single time. And Diamond FM, it's memorable radio every single time.
You can only get timely, credible, and reliable news on your shining Supreme station. Diamond 88.7 FM, Ilorin.
For the best of national, local, international news and sports, tune in to News Sponge and Diamond 88.7 FM. News Sponge, all about the news.
It's 2 minutes going past the hour of 9 o'clock on the AM side. And saying good morning and thanks for staying with us in Diamond 887 FM in Loring, Kwara State, Nigeria. This News Punch, a news and current affairs compilations of topical stories making the rounds. I'm your host, Precious Afolabi. And here are the headlines trending in the news today. Tinubu leads Nigeria to observe 2026 Armed Forces Celebration Remembrance Day. Tinubu top officials honors fallen heroes, 7 troops at Remembrance Day. Tinubu hails our Greek minister Kyriakos service leadership on birthday anniversary. Shettima presides over the NEC meeting. Wike absence as Shettima Akpabio orders honors fallen heroes in Abuja. Ubara orders immediate employment for children of the fallen heroes. Rivers Assembly's impeachment momentum stalls as ultimatums against Fubara's expires. Defense Minister FG does not pay ransom for kidnapped victims. 52 AAU students regained freedom after Ekpoma's unrest. Most kidnapping incident perpetrated by the Ekpoma's natives that's coming from Okpebolo. Alaafin ascends as Makinde inaugurate councils of Oba. I want written agreement before I'll join APC. That's coming from Kwankwaso. Court strikes out defamation suit against Senator Natacha after discontinuance by federal government. Moving on to the foreign scene, mass grave contained 21 bodies of migrants found in Libya. Vote being counted in Uganda elections as opposition's alleges rising. European military personnel arrives in Greenland as Trump says U.S. needs Thailand. Final death tolls from Hong Kong fire put at 168. Definitely we need to move to the world of sport. WAFCON 2026 Super Eagles, the Super Falcons draws against Zambia, Egypt, Malawi. AFCON, all right, and this is from the Nigerian shift attentions to third place match after Morocco's heartbreak. And those are the major headlines making the rounds today. It was compiled and edited by Abiodun Akinwumi, and my name is Precious Afolabi. For sponsorship and advert placement, kindly contact the Sales and Marketing Office on those numbers 0912-926-4332 or 0907-722-7120. Up next is the Diamond Breakfast Show, DBS, where we discuss and have in-depth analysis on some of the topical stories. And don't forget, you can also be part of joining the show by logging on to any of the Diamond FM online platforms on www.diamondfm.net to keep update via social media pages. Please stay tuned.
This is Diamond FM. Setting the pace, leading the way. Oh yeah, baby, like no other. This is all we do. Diamonds FM. Simply the best for you.
Diamond FM, radio made for you.
The major talking points in Nigeria are always on the lips of the citizens.
What's going on in this country? Look at smaller countries taking lead, and you call yourself giant of Africa. Yeah.
For my business too much. Nigeria is too hard for us. I mean, I want to kill us. Father, not kill us for Nigeria. Please, so help us beg them.
They should reduce their expenditure so that they can free enough money for social development.
I wish for a Nigeria where we elect a leader based on competency and not popularity.
On the Diamond Breakfast Show, we place the spotlight on the critical issues in the country.
Government that says they are broke can prioritize construction of an additional runway over education of the people.
How can a government, how can you hurt Indomine? I mean, this is intolerable. It's provocative.
Now, you see, when you look at our democratic journey, we are yet to practice the new democratic system in Nigeria.
Join us on Mondays to Friday on the DVS from 9 to 10 a.m. The Diamond Breakfast Show, amplifying the voice of the people. From the studios of Diamond 88.7 FM in Loring, this is the Diamond Breakfast Show.
Good morning, Nigerians. Good morning, the people of Ilorin, Kwara State, Nigeria. The whole people at the diaspora, we really say a very big thank you to you people. And of course, I say today, 16th of January 2026, and I'm saying welcome to your show, Diamond Breakfast Show. You call it DBS Show. This is where we're discussing depth analysis and stories and significant events of the national and the global importance that requires engaging narrative, aiming for clarity and importance, with our guest to engage on the show, and you, of course, to be part of the show as the listeners at home right there. And of course, we have this contact that you can be able to bring in your opinion on the show. And the number are 091-655-6952, 091-3655-6864. And of course, that's the number to join us on WhatsApp. You can drop your messages there, and definitely, we're not going to shut you out. All right, this morning we are going to evaluate the analysis by Dele Momodu, who asserted that the alliance of those political figures can topple Tinubu for 2027, and that is the ADC, looking at the caliber dignitaries in that very particular party. So Momodu is saying that ADC is formidable. This is the party that can stand the test of time and even, stand against the present administration's APC. We're going to be looking at those analysis that he has structured out from his statements. And of course, definitely we're going to talk about the stance of the INEC, what Dele Momodu said the INEC should do, and what's the people really need to do also for the INEC as well. And definitely that we're going to be talking about the importance of the Armed Forces Remembrance Day. And of course, we know you had it yesterday, and a lot of things happened there. And the ADC also coming out at this time saying that even the president was not in attendance. What significance is that bringing on the table or in the mindset of Nigerians? We're going to talk about that. And definitely, when I saw this, I was like, okay, can we really talk about this? And we know that it's one of the important discussions that we really need to talk about, just to educate ourselves and see what is going on in that very particular angle. That is the rivalry among the traditional rulers, the traditional councils, and the rotational system, especially in your state, the uproar over greetings. And I know you want to ask me questions that what is the significance of exchanging pleasantry, greetings will do when we're talking about these traditional fathers. And of course, definitely, you know how we do it right here. We don't do it all alone. Definitely, we try as much as possible to extend our, our research uptight to people that we know that, they can still talk about these issues as well when it comes to politics, when it comes to tech, when it comes to education, when it comes to health. We have people that we consult on the show as well. And of course, the public speakers as well, social commentators, the doctors in their different fields. And we have the opportunity to bring Dr. Suleiman Afiz on the show again this morning. Doctor, good morning, sir.
Good morning, Mr. Precious. How are you doing today?
I'm fine. I know you're fine too. You can just join us on the Facebook right now and see Dr. Suleiman's face, looking very kinky. Is there anything English like that? Any English like kinky?
I think there is anything English as far as in recent time.
Okay.
It's for us to, dangle with words and make it sweet. But I want to ask our listeners also to please turn to viewers and go on Facebook and they can see the Comrado cap that Mr. Precious is putting on now. You will know that I'm actually now the anchor and he's about to be the analyst because he's wearing his full attire as a comrade this morning.
That's quite hilarious. And of course, when it comes to the matter of grandma that you're talking about, I was so surprised when I heard that even the Oyebos had to accept the pidgin English now.
They do. It's just, there was a time I took a course when I was in university and it was on language and word formation.
Okay.
So at times when a word is used and people keep using it
repeatedly.
So is that not the beginning of all words to begin with? That is it.
You're looking so malicious.
I'll go with your own. You are looking so kinky.
And of course, that's what we do right here. We try as much as possible to put some laughter on your faces, make you just feel relaxed and enjoy the show this morning. But we're still going to the show straight up to the business this morning. But before we go, let us just pay some bills. And after this commercial break, we'll start proper. And we'll say good morning.
Better be iron and care, be good for your body. Yeah. Are you not aware? Qualify for the day for yeah. Now your daily friend, for your blood, if it's 10 over 10. Oh, yeah. Feel your bed, join to it on past the test. Blood builder for everybody. Healthy body for everybody. Carabina, product of fits in healthcare.
You're welcome to DBS show right here with your main man, Precious Afolabi D. Now let's go straight to the 2027 ADC can topple Tinubu with Atiku, Peter Obi, El Rufai, Amechi, Tamboa. That's coming from Daily Momodu. Chieftains of the African Democratic Congress ADC, Daily Momodu, has disclosed that the party can topple the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu in the 2027 election race. Momodu said with the likes of the former Vice President Atiku Abubakar and Peter Obi, the ADC can topple Tinubu 2027. In an interview on a national TV, and Momodu said ADC can remove Tinubu with its chieftains like Nasiru El-Rufai, Aminu Tamboa, and Rotimi Amechi. He said there'll always be headlines in the politics. Said it's a matter of principle and strategy. At this stage, nobody should say it's only my candidate and it should be my candidate, but don't let it get acrimonious. Looking at the statement of Daily Momodu, I don't really know the angle in which it's coming from. Is it talking about, the dignitaries, the giants, the elephants, that we have in ADC? Does that give them the ticket to take the administration from ADC?
Thank you very much. And I want to say good morning to our listeners once more. I am wishing us a fruitful day and a happy weekend, a joyful weekend that was about to begin. Couple of hours. Let me start by saying that if you won't care to look at the statement of Mr. Dele Momodu before the last general election, one will simply understand where he's coming from. So, but today I'm going to leave the messenger and I'll just speak to the message.
Okay.
If you look at the message and probably the question that you asked, you realize that Mr. Dele Momodu is trusting on the political weight that the people who have so far joined the ADC, their weight at the last general election. And I will tell you that no doubt, if it was to be the last general election and the influence the individuals had, I use the word add, then I would tell you categorically that our President Tinubu may not have a chance.
In 2027?
No. I'm not saying 2027. I'm saying...
for the last one we had.
The last weight.
Okay.
You understand?
Okay.
Now, but if you look at their weight, and one thing about weight is that it can increase or decrease.
Okay.
If you look at the current weight that these people put together, I'm not talking about what will happen tomorrow, next tomorrow, but I'm talking about right now. And the weight that the president has also gained himself, and the fact that he is currently occupying that seat. Unfortunately, in our politics, we can still not remove the office from the person occupying the office. Hence, it is somehow difficult to probably tumble or stop the possibility of an incumbent to re-emerge. So if you look at the current weight and what has happened before last election and this election, although you cannot say, the thing is never say never, but I can assure you that it will not be something that's easy, just like he has altered it. I can tell you categorically that right now, plus their weight, then putting in mind again that there is a possibility that their weight may not remain their weight in the next election. Because these individuals are individuals with interest. Then do we know the extent at which each one of them is willing to sacrifice his or her interest? So that is also a factor.
Are you talking about their personal, their individual interest, or the party's interest?
No.
Now?
I am not seeing any party interest in the formation of ADC. I'm sorry to say. I can just see a collection of individual interests who has one interest to become to gain power. But they may not be able to arrive at the persons to use, because I am not seeing any of them, just based on what I'm seeing, stepping, you understand, down, especially to the two individuals the two gladiators from the last general election. I'm talking about Mr. Atiku Abubakar and Mr. Peter Obi. So with this in mind, it becomes very, very difficult to see their weight. If things remain the same till the next election, I'm not seeing them stopping Mr. Tinubu.
He's saying one thing that is putting it to a lot of people that he sees that he didn't really know why people seems to look at it that it is very impossible for other parties, other oppositions party, to unseat APC, especially Bola Ahmed Tinubu in 2027 election.
Well, why I understand him. In normal circumstance, it is a possibility. It's a possibility. But right now, the circumstance that we are having now, we have people from, some people call them disgruntled politicians that are disappointed where they are, and they are coming together.
Just to defect
you understand?
ADC.
And they are coming together is not the one that is solidified. You understand? Apart from ADC, we have PDP. And the status of PDP now, you understand, is another discussion entirely. We have Labour Party. And the key man in Labour Party has just left the party. Their last presidential candidate. We have NMPP. And we know what is happening with the party. They have a governorship, they have the governor as their member. We know what is happening to that. And if you look at the rate at which the current party, APC, has been winning other people, governors, legislatives, politicians, the way they have been wooed to join the party, that makes it somehow doubtful. I use the word doubtful for ADC to stop President Tinubu in the next election.
But it's an alliance, to take this power
We've
from
seen alliance
ADC.
before.
Yeah.
You know how alliance works. This is not an alliance, so to say. This is just, you see, in education, there is what we call integration.
Okay.
Now we have many forms of integration. We have fusion, we have interdisciplinary, we have intradisciplinary, we have combining, we have others. This is just a mere combination. They have refused to fuse together. What we saw in the formation of APC is quite different from what we are seeing with formation of ADC. So if we see something like that of APC, you understand, where we can see people who have interest, and from the onset are telling us that I am abandoning my interest, this is where we are going, is a different thing. But this one is just people coming together. Is a mere putting together of all these gladiators, but I have not seen them blending together, so to say.
Okay, so now let's look at the place of the INEC right now in this very particular matter, because I can say they are the primary stakeholders in this very particular matter. And he's saying that, okay, you see, the INEC really need to be strictly monitored. I don't really know. Are we saying that he's solely depending on, the power that is invested in INEC? Or what is the place of INEC when it comes to the All Progressive Congress and other opposition parties?
From a politician himself who may have used INEC or who may have participated in election, who may have, you understand, he is speaking probably from experience. Probably the way they have been able to use INEC when they are in power and the likes. So I don't know the angle at which he's coming from. But what I know is that we have not achieved the desired independence of INEC that we are hoping for. We are hoping for the time that INEC will be totally independent. The appointment of the chairman will not be through any president.
Okay.
It's achievable.
All right, Doctor, let me put you on the spotlight. I will quote him now. I don't know why people think it's impossible that Asiwaju is not removable. He said, trust me, as long as we give INEC close marking, and that is why you need candidates who will be able to generate the firepower, he said.
We just like
close marking.
Close marking
give the
means
INEC close marking. Yeah,
making sure
close
that
monitoring.
And one would expect every party to do that. You understand? Starting from pre-election matter, the distribution of materials, you understand, to the voting process, they should be monitored. And I think INEC gave room for that. What he's saying is that he's trying to rule out the possibility of rigging. But unfortunately, I'm sorry, no apology.
No problem.
I'm one of those who believe that from the last election and the election before, the way I'm seeing it, I can tell you that the rigging process is not as it used to be. I've witnessed election where it was so glaring that it was rigged. To the one that the last one I witnessed, I was able to monitor the election from my own polling unit. I collected results from other polling units. Then we converge at ward. While INEC is doing his collation, we did our collation, and we noticed that what was announced at our ward was actually the actual voted that we also calculated, and we moved from ward to local government. So I was not able to proceed because of time, and the fact I have to rest from local government. I'm talking about last election, both for governorship and presidency. But I don't know the kind of monitoring. You see, some people still believe that what happened in the last election was totally rigged. I don't subscribe to that because people follow legally what they saw on social media. An election is not like that. Election actually take place at the local level. So probably speaking from the angle that maybe it was rigged, the election was rigged or the other. But I am speaking from the angle that we still need to ascertain total INEC independence. We were going to achieve that by the special grace of God. We are not there yet. But what I'm saying is that he also mentioned the fact that they need a candidate who can generate enough fire. I totally agree with that. And right now, with the likes of what we are seeing
in ADC,
we have politicians that have also joined that party with their bad luggages and their good luggages. Some of which their bad luggages even outweigh their good luggages. Some of these are joining the party because they are angry where they are. They have made statements in the past that internet will not forget. So not until when we can have that candidate, but I have not seen that candidate yet
in ADC. All right. 09136556952, 09136556864. That's the number. You can drop your message there, or you call straight to the studio. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Precious.
Good morning, sir. Your name, where you calling from, sir? A compliment of the season.
Morning to our guest, the Archbishop calling.
All right, sir.
Compliment of the season.
Compliment of the season.
Happy New Year, sir.
Yeah. So happy New Year, our guest. You know, your guest has said it all. Presently, who among the ADC that can dislodge the president? None of them come out with a vivid manifesto that this is what I'm going to do. They are just after Tinubu must leave. So we all we've had that thing. Presently and economically, who among them that can surpass his achievement? You know, don't let us deceive ourselves. They are just there for their own selfish interest, like what the guests have said. Because they did not get what they want in the APC, they are now moving to another party, and presently none of them can destroy the president because they are just in that party for their selfish interest. Not that they have a blueprint for the country. So I don't see any one of them destroying the president come 2027.
All right, thank you for your contribution. 09136556864. That is the number of the WhatsApp, and call us straight 09136556952. It's the number to be part of the conversation. Let's pick this call before we go for digits. Hello, good morning.
Hello. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, ma.
Happy New Year. Good morning, sir, the guest.
Good morning, ma.
It's amazing. In fact, coming election by special grace of God, 2027, I know some politicians warming up, and our present president. These people teaming up, all of them are making name in this nation. So they are still some places and access to loot. So me, from my own side, I don't cherish any one of them. The Nigerians, let us help our leaders with prayer. May God give us somebody that we shall be relieved for all these things. But this ADC or ANCO, this one, my hand is no day. But God will choose for us coming 2027. Women, try and wake up. Well done.
All right, thank you very much for your contribution. Yeah, women supporting women. All right, let's go for these adverb placements, then we kick off from here.
My fellow country people, I hope say you don't hear about health insurance policy wey Kwara government they talk about today. The information are confirm and the thing good for you and me as a person and as family. This health insurance, e dey for everybody, for papa and mama. This health insurance also dey for people wey get HIV/AIDS, tuberculosis, even pikin under 5 years, plus including pregnant women. Me and my family don't register with just small money. My friend, you fit go any hospital where they do health insurance, whether na public or private hospital. Pay small money and register sharply. With that money where you pay for your family, it go cover you for 1 year. Now so the thing be, if you love yourself and this beautiful woman and pikin, go register and get your health insurance coverage so that you no go pay too much when sickness come. You fit call this number for free. Then no go come out your money, your 080-010-010 again 01 or go to house 27B Amado Bello Way, GRA for Ilorin. This message now from Kwara State Health Insurance Agency.
Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, good morning, sir. Your name, where you calling from?
This is Dr. Larry Okiki, Expo 90, customer of Itakure.
All right, welcome, sir.
I wanted to commend the effort of the presenter and our artists in the studio.
All right, thank you, sir.
May God bless you abundantly.
Amen.
I wanted to summarize my point.
Please go ahead.
On the issue of the INEC that I've talked about this morning. So he said that we need an independent INEC. So that is better than the one we are having now. So it's a very welcome development. It's a very real truth. So the analysis is a very good thinker. I want to commend the support and presenter.
Thank you. All right, it's good to have you. Let us go straight to the WhatsApp. Okay, let me pick this call. I'm tempted to pick this call. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir. Yeah.
Good morning. This your guest.
All right, thank you.
I don't know that it's a gathering of change destiny. These are people who have their own personal, what they are called, target. They are not there because of the people. Because experience has shown that most of them have held one position or the other in government. What was the antecedent? They are there just to better their own law. It's not as if nobody can unseat President Tinubu, but they are not up the massive expectation. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you for your short contribution there. 09136556952. We having this, GSM phone as one of the voting tools. Voting apps should include face and fingerprint recognition. Many voters would participate in elections if automated. INEC should give access to voters who want to register and vote online via GSM or computer. Let us use the GSM phone as one of the tools to conduct our elections so that we save money and lives of our citizens. Of course,
at that point, what we'll be doing is that we'll be allowing the best actor to determine our next president. The country that was way sophisticated and also in IT are still complaining of hacking. So I think we can still use electronics, but right now we still have to balance it up.
All right, that is coming from Kolade Aide from Asadam. All right, hello, good morning.
Good morning, Precious.
Good morning, sir.
God bless you.
Amen.
Brother from Nigeria.
All right, sir.
When are we going to have a good election? A good result of election this nation? When? I'm praying for it in my presence, not in my absence. I'm praying to God Almighty.
All right, thank you, sir.
God bless you. Precious.
Yes, sir.
What of Nedu?
Nedu will be with you next week, sir. Nedu will be with you next week. Of course, let us just move away and let's quickly finger on the second one we have right now. There's Tinubu top officials honors fallen heroes serving troops at Remembrance Day. Now, the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu on Thursday led other top government officials to honor fallen and the 7 members of the Nigerian military at the Armed Forces Celebration and Remembrance Day AFCRD ceremony in Abuja. The FCRD is celebrated every January 15th to commemorate the sacrifices of both living and dead, both in the foreign mission and internal security operation. As in the previous years, in 2026, AFCRT began with the submissions of the parade state by the parade commander. This was followed by the inspections of the guard and the honor by the Vice President Kashim Shettima, who represented the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, accompanied by the commander, guard, Brigadier General DBC Onosoya, as confirms the party fire led by the dignitaries to the senator for the laying of the wreath, which the last post was being sounded, and the honor of the fallen heroes. All present stood as they heard that. And looking into this, I know that a lot of things, I was checking through the socials, especially the Instagram, and we saw where the fallen heroes were being honored, you know, and even those that are still protecting the lives of Nigerians right now. And someone was now saying something that is giving it to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu on this note, that the labor of these our heroes will not go in vain. And he said that there's been much of paparazzi around their celebration and honoring their death. But we still have some people that are saying that it's not about changing their names at this time. You know, it's about doing a particular thing. So I asked a lady, and she said that she would rather prefer a child, you know, to go and join the military force abroad than joining the military force right here in Nigeria. So a lot of angles where people are talking a lot of things. And I just came to realize and to ask a particular question, that so far, have we celebrated the military generally? Have we celebrated them the way it ought to be celebrated in Nigeria?
Thank you very much. It's just our discussion now is just on the military, but and I was particularly interested when you said you asked someone who actually preferred front.
Yeah, that was what she told me. Yeah,
serve the foreign land, to fight and die for a foreign country, rather than to fight and die for his fatherland. The person may have his or her reasons, probably because of the experiences in the past, where the country in question that the person might prefer, I don't know which country he's talking about or that she's talking about, but I believe the country must have passed through the phases that we have passed through. I am not making any excuses for us. I will not over punish us for what we are. We ought to have achieved more, but we have not. But it is not the fault of an individual. It's still somehow what you and I are doing. Anybody who can boldly criticize this country is someone who has never stealed, who has never robbed, who has never taken advantage of any system in this country. In as much as we have not achieved that apex of human character, we should know that for every little thing we may have done in our corner, every hanky-panky, every tribalism, nepotism that we may have perpetrated or enjoyed has contributed to where we are. So for anybody who will criticize this country objectively, should be somebody who has never contributed to the problem. In as much as anyone has not achieved that level of purity in the character, should know that if there is anything we need to do to this country is to put on our gloves and contribute to the development of this country. Yes, we have bad eggs. Yes, we have bad leaders. Yes, we have bad followers. Yes, we have not reached where we need to be, but we still need to do more. Now, to just answer your question, what is happening to us as we are not able to celebrate even the people who are laying down their life to fight for us is still something that is alarming. Look at the way we are treating our militaries. We are treating even our police officers. I will see police officers on the road with their dressing, and I will be ashamed. You understand? I will see doctors still clamoring, lecturers still clamoring, teachers, you understand? Superb teachers, primary school teachers, you understand what I'm saying? Health workers. So for every sector in this country, we are not where we ought to be. That tells us a story that our country still needs to be worked on. But yesterday was for the military. We are not going to take that from them. Have we been able to take care of them? The answer is no. We can still do more. We can do more in terms of their welfare. We can do more in terms of giving them the right tools. We can even do more in terms of giving them the necessary support and respect that they deserve. Before now, I want to tell you that if somebody see you as, okay, I'm sorry, but I will just tell you a very short story that in my area, somebody was accusing a soldier with uniform of doing something. And I was telling the person that it is impossible. Do you know why I'm saying that? I guess I'm still stuck with that belief as a child that when you see a soldier, you understand, you do not what? Mess with that person. You respect the person because they are what? They are the representative of what we should be as a country. But is that where we are now? So we can still look at that. So generally, we still need to take care of our military, our soldier, naval officer, all of them, because there are those among us who have choose to put their life on the line to defend us. We are not easily attacked. We may forget about story. We are still counting our military strength. They will count the numbers of people the gallant officers who are fighting for us. So we need to respect them. We need, as a country, to take care of them. We are now. I'm even using this opportunity to call on the Mr. President and everyone in charge, the rank and file of the military, that please they should take care of every average individual who has choose to serve our country, not just them. For our past heroes who we have lost along the way, they should remember their family. In fact, everybody should be proud to have an individual who is serving in the Nigerian Armed Forces. So we need to do more. We have not done enough. We need to do more. And for all of us, and at the end of the day, if we do not do this, I want to tell you that the consequences will bounce on all of us.
All right. Well, of course, to that development, we've had 3 governors in their states now, Oyo, and similarly Fubara in this place also, in the state also, has said that, you see, all these fallen heroes, at least they have children. Immediate employment awaits them at this time. Now, we having another thing that is coming from the...
I wanted to say something on that. Okay. That is a very laudable, you understand?
Okay.
But I just believe it's not mere political statement.
Okay.
And I believe it to be implemented. And the question is that if we actually have such vacancy, what happened they employ people to fill their position? You understand? I would have expected that they should do more in such a way that they should probably improve the welfare. Look at, because some of those fallen soldiers, some of their families are, you understand, they are okay. But statement like that, I just believe that when you make it like that, as good as it may sound, it also has some underlying. Are you saying where there is no vacancy, you should employ people who will not be doing anything? Because there are many ways you can compensate their families. That I can assure you of.
Okay.
So I will expect that apart from those statements, it's just mere employment. These statements should be okay. I am not interested in the welfareism of the foreign soldiers. We carry out this, and as you are doing it, you let us know those who have the necessary skills that need to be given employment, they should be given empowerment. Those who need empowerment should be given empowerment. Those who need sponsorship. Some of these, there are children that need scholarship. What about if there is a soldier whose child is not even mature to pick up employment? What will happen to the person? So we talk about scholarship, grants. This should be what we should put in place, not just mere political statements, as I believe that they should, at least, they have voted it. So they should see it to make sure this is executed.
All right. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, good to have you. Your name, where you calling from?
I'm Alaji Taiwo calling from Milan.
Alaji Taiwo, welcome and congratulations for the past week.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I congratulate you. Thank you so much for celebrating me.
Yeah.
You see, firstly, I want to thank the government that they have now included the separate military personnel in the line of duty. It used to be our polling route before. But you see, there's more to this thing than what we are doing. Now, other agencies too should be carried along. That is those that are serving and those that have died. The police, the civil defense, the DSS. Because now, today, because of this security that happening, all these forces are always in the one front together. So what is sought for the good is also sought for the Ghana. They should try to carry them along too. That is number one. Then, secondly, you see, it is not about funfair every year. Like your guest has said, what have we done to the children of this fallen heroes? Many a times when they die on the line of duty, things become difficult when your person is no longer alive. I have happened to head the pension department of my agency. Many of them, when they die, it becomes very difficult for them to assess their bills in terms of pension. Many times when they died, the government, the agency will quickly eject the family from the staff quarters. All these things will be looked into. There should be a proper way of trying to celebrate the dead one, and those who are still alive, there should be a way of trying to make improve on their welfare. If anybody died on the line of duty, they should be paid his entitlement in the trickling overnight. When I was the head of my pension, we discovered that many people have died. In the last, for 5 years, they will not be able to access their gratuity because of what is not done. All these bottlenecks should be removed so that those that are still serving will be very happy to serve. Then finally, I want to say this. There's this obnoxious pension scheme, contributory pension scheme, that the government should please try to remove other paramilitary agencies from this scheme. The civil defense, the immigration, fire service, and the police. Because the military as a whole and the police have been removed. That thing is obnoxious. It's not good for their welfare at all. So that is my take this morning. May God, for those of them who have died in the line of duty, may God forgive them. And those of us that are still serving, may God give us what will motivate them to serve, what will boost their morale. So all these things I have mentioned should please be looked into. There should be a proper, there should be an executive bill on what I have said. This issue of the contributory pension scheme. And anytime anybody die in the line of duty, before in the children of a night, all the entitlement is due should be paid. So that those who are to be employed. Thank you. God bless.
Yeah, thank you very much for your contributions there. Let's quickly look into this argument coming from the publicity secretary Bolaji Abdullahi that of the ADC, that the president's unavailability on that day it means a lot, and he said that the president, which represents the commander-in-chief, carries moral and symbolic weight for soldiers on the front line. Looking at that, is that just an opposition statement, or what significance is that statement, the absence of Mr. President?
I want to appreciate the spokesperson for speaking out.
Yeah.
That is the beauty of democracy. I think he's doing what, you understand,
he
needs to do. He's probably telling the president next time he will be absent for such significant occasions. He should have an equally much significant reason why he will not be there. So as I think the statement is just putting the president on his toe in this situation. So I think it's good. But however, I will not take the importance of the vice president attending as levity. He should also know that the vice president also was in the wisdom of governance, that when the president is otherwise busy, the vice president can also, you understand, fit it. So the president should also realize this. What will be disastrous is if the president is not around, the vice president is not around, we cannot see the lack of the Senate president, not the speaker. Then we now see somebody somewhere represent the president. That will be alarming. So I'm not going to see it in the way he has seen it, but I'm going to see the advantage of that statement will be the fact that he's telling the president that if you are going to be away from a very important occasion, such as what was heard yesterday, it should be for a good reason, and you should make sure that the person who is representing you is equally somebody who is up to the tax.
All right. 09136556952. Let's pick this call. Then we'll move to the next one. Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Lake from Ilorin.
All right. It's good to have you, sir.
I want to first of all commend the analysis of our guest today. It's really, he's addressing.
All right. Thank you,
And
sir.
I want to also say well done to him.
Thank you,
for
sir.
trying to patch a statement of a great man for doing that. But I want our opposition people to be serious. Opposition is not only about reacting to things you can make a point from. You can, react. You can make it good. The government is doing fine too. So I think that one is very, very important. And I think that that has been the method of the current spokesperson of AD. Secondly, I want to talk on one very good point that the guest talked about. That, the problem of this country. This country is going to change in any way until we all, identify the need to take responsibility for the problem we have in this country. The problem is from all of us. But we all like, blame games. Look at what he said. It's only when you are a saint, when you have not in one way or the other contributed to the wrath of nation, that you can blame. So if you have contributed in one way or the other, then you are part of the problem. That is when the problem of this country is going to get solved. But that is where the problem is. All of us believe it is others who are doing us. We don't want to think that we are. Look at the problem with our education. People have really contributed to the wrath we have in education more than the government. We have, when it comes to, seeking for where their parents will seek for exam and pass in this country. Primary school pupils, pupils are no longer allowed to write their common entrance themselves. So what are we saying? We are all part of the problem, and until we realize that we are part of the problem, that is when we start solving our problem. But we have a long way to go. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much for
Thank
your
you very much for your
contribution.
kind words.
Yeah, I tried as much as possible to let us have a clearer voice from that very person, but we actually deduce one thing or the other out of that.
Yes.
All right. 09136556952. There is a very particular one, very germane one, which we really need to, rub our fingers on the show this morning. And of course, just a quick one. This is Alaafen's absence as Makinde inaugurate Olubadan as Chairman Council of Obas Chiefs. The governor Seyi Makinde on Thursday inaugurated the Olubadan of Ibadan land, Oba Rashidi Ladoja, as the chairman of the Oyo State Council of Obas and Chiefs. Olubadan will chair the council for the next 2 years before it is rotated to another Oba. And of course, the national reports that the council last met in 2020 and 2011. Over 40 monarchs from across the state were at the event, which was held at the House of Chiefs or your State House of Assembly Complex, State Secretariat, that is in Agodi. And similar to that, we want to look into the council's rotation there. And another one that really sports our interest was the one we had, that is the Alaafen handshake, snobs misunderstood Olubadan's final spoke. We have the Olubadan of Ibadan, Oba Rashidi Ladoja, has finally reacted to the viral handshake snob involving the Alaafen of Oyo, Oba Kim Owade, insisting that the incident was neither deliberate nor disrespectful. Now, looking into it, definitely, especially all tribes, but specifically we'll pick it that Yoruba really, they really acknowledge and put a premium on greetings. If you look at all these things that is happening, can we really call them as to be maybe power torso, or can we call it as torso supremacy between the kings, the obas, the chiefs, if you are to look at that?
Thank you very much. I want to say this as my own personal opinion.
All right, personal opinion.
Let me say that one of the service that the advent of foreigners to this country did to us was their coming. Adimbi did not come when they did. What was achieved to a great extent in the north may have been achieved also in the west and some other part of Nigeria.
Okay.
At their arrival, there was only one powerhouse, so to say, in the whole of the north, and that is the Sokoto Caliphate. Until now, I think the Sultan still retains that kind of, you understand, supremacy, so to say, when it comes to the whole of the north. We also have some councils, you understand,
empires, yeah,
also strong. But I think that of the north was not debatable. It was the Sokoto Caliphate, then some other few ones, like the Samvara, the Sausau, you understand, the Kano, of course, the Maiduguri. But Sokoto was pronounced. I think things continue. We may have seen that the Sokoto Caliphate will have eventually totally captured, and we may just have a single empire in the whole of the north. The same thing may have happened in the Yoruba land, you understand, with what was happening. But at the end of the whole reign, you understand, new powerhouses were emerging. We saw what happened before. Oyo Empire was very, very powerful. You understand? Powerful than every other kingdom and the area at its peak, at our peak rather. Later, we saw the advent that even the Ulubadan then have to rescue what was happening to the Oyo Empire and the likes. But if you look at read between the lines of what's happening, it's just that each of them, I'm even extending what was happening, the disagreement between the Alafi and even the Oni, if I'm putting into the discussion. And I would rather say that all of them are big, they are strong, they are in their own right. But what they should not misinterpret is the coming together of a state or even the coming together of Yoruba as a tribe. In as much as you are in your town, you remain the head. The reality of ground shows that you have no other options than to respect each other. You cannot bring any town, however small, under your rule. You understand? In as much as the person is a king and is in the territory. So it's a part also to say in its own right. And the new kings should also notice that for every little actions that they display in public, meanings will be read to it. Yeah. So by and large, I just think that all of them are respected individuals. The Olubadan is, you understand, a man with both political and traditional experiences. The Alaafin of Oyo, you know that he's occupying a very prestigious seat when it comes to the Yoruba tribe. And at times, I always advise people that even when you are the head, you should avoid having fight with your subordinate. Because sometimes you don't win.
All right.
Sometimes you don't win. So I'm not saying this one is the head or this one is the tail, you understand? But what I'm saying is that each of these kings needs to respect the stool at which they are occupying and think of ways to move their towns, their city, their empire forward instead of all these fights.
All right, thank you very much. Despite the fact that they are royalties, they are leaders that we look up to, they also really need to look straight into their actions, definitely, because people will actually read meaning to it. Thank you very much, my guest, Dr. Suleiman Afiz, for this fresh moments that we have on the show today. And of course, we'll be calling it a wrap. Today, we'll join ourselves next week by the special grace of God. My colleagues will pick it up from there. And Fridays, by God willing, you will join me on the show. I am Precious Afolabi D. And I'm saying good